real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Gwen Stark says when the defendant started dating her son, she thought they would be a good match until the defendant cheated on her son with several of his friends. Gwen is suing her son's ex for the balance due on a loan. Defendant Jasmine Wheaton insists she only slept with one of her ex-boyfriend's friends and claims it was after she broke up with Gwen's son. Jasmine denies owing because she claims she repaid the debt by babysitting for Gwen's granddaughter.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I thought that Jasmine was a very, very good match for my son, but she ended up breaking his heart. She had sex with several of his friends while they were still dating.
Several of his friends.
Yes.
Several, not even just one.
Yeah, no, several.
Oh my God.
And as you can see,
I hope you're telling the truth on this. That's a terrible thing
It was
to say.
heartbreaking.
We weren't together when I had sex with his friend, actually. We were not dating when that happened.
Friend or friends?
Just one friend.
Okay, she
so
said
friends
friend.
is not true. Just one friend.
Okay, she said several.
To correct that. Well, that's not true.
Okay, and you all had broken up for 2 days?
No, for about a few months.
Huh?
No, we had been broken up for about a few months, actually. Well,
This has no real relevance other
no,
than
it doesn't.
Character.
Yeah,
For character.
well, it has to be relevant, however, ma'am, and so you want to stop discussing it?
Yes, I do, please.
All right. So let me allow her to get to any background information you want to give, and then after that, we'll get right to the loan that you're suing her about. Ma'am?
Okay, so she's accusing me of being very irresponsible with this loan, but Gwen herself has a drinking problem and several DUIs on her record, and
Several?
which I
No, I
think
don't.
led her
Boy,
to
they love that
how
word
she's
several.
I
treated.
love the word several. You're right.
Two.
Two?
No,
That
I
I
do
know
not.
of.
Okay,
But,
how many?
you know, I
I
would
have
like
one
to
in
believe,
08.
Okay, go ahead.
but, you know, I think that's what led to how she has been treating me over the last year. She has continuously...
When did you break up?
We broke up in about June of 2009.
Defendant Jasmine Wheaton is being sued by her ex-boyfriend's mother, who claims Jasmine cheated on her son with several of his friends.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so she got onto my Facebook and wrote comments all over my wall. Very unnecessary things that were, first of all over the page, spelled incorrectly. Things, you know, she can't even spell can, she can't spell out words, exclamation points all over the pages,
Think she
which
was
led me
nipping-
to believe
think
that...
she was nipping that day?
Yeah, and oh my gosh, she had to have been. And you know, I have friends that know her as well.
You have a copy with the word can misspelled.
Yeah, and there's letters used.
I don't believe that. Why don't you circle it for me quickly? I just want to see that.
But if I use my
Anyways,
phone,
I
it
have
spells
friends
for me.
who know her as well, and you know, they were offended at that on my page for the whole world to see.
My number is so-and-so and so-and-so. C-A-N-Y.
And then the letter
Canny,
U.
You pay me.
Right.
Please.
Exclamation points. You know, it's all over the place.
All right.
Your Honor, when I use my phone changes my words when I'm writing sometimes.
Were you nipping that night?
No.
Huh?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, you admit to drunk driving. Usually those people who drive drunk have a problem. So.
Well, okay.
You were going to say something?
Well, I was actually not driving a car. It's a long story. I was in my house.
You got
when I
a
was
ticket for
arrested.
drunk driving.
Yeah, and I was in
And
my
you
house.
weren't driving.
I was in my house. I took it to the Supreme Court.
You got a drunk driving ticket while you were in your house.
Yes, sir.
Maybe she lives in a Winnebago or something.
No, I live in a home.
How do you get a ticket for driving drunk while you're in the bedroom drunk?
Somebody had called and said that they saw a guy in a red SUV driving. I drive a black Jeep, and somehow they ended up at my house.
Okay, just like somehow the Y ended up on the CAN. Did you tell the judge that?
Yes, I took it all the way
Did the
to the
judge
Supreme
believe
Court.
you?
No, I ended
You
up
were
getting
convicted, right?
Yes.
All right. So that judge didn't believe you. Police didn't believe you. Prosecutor didn't believe you. That was a terrible injustice, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Did you appeal it
Yes, all the way to the Supreme Court.
to the state Supreme
Yes.
Court? So the District Court didn't believe you. The Appeals Court didn't believe you. The Supreme Court didn't believe you. So. Let's get to the loan.
In October of 2010, Jasmine came to me with a story that she needed money for her tuition for the university and wanted me to co-sign on a loan. And I said I would not co-sign on a loan, but I would loan you a personal loan. So I gave her the money, and it was her job to come up with a comfortable payment plan, which she did. And her terms that she was going to pay back was $150 a month.
Has she given you any of it?
She made 2 payments of $150.
Okay, ma'am.
That's correct. As far as the rest of it goes, though, I have babysat for her granddaughter over the past 2 years, especially after she loaned me the loan, which was actually in August of 2010. And I watched her for weekends, you know, while she had gentlemen come and visit, and I took care of her daughter, her granddaughter.
So that's why you shouldn't pay? You think you should get credit?
Right. I feel like that as far as
I'm sure a lot of people want you to babysit for them 2 whole years for $600.
Right, and I mean, it was
that's all you charge for 2 years? That's $300 a year.
Right, and that's why
you were on sale you were at discount that year, those years?
Well, it wasn't so much as that as that she had done a lot for me, even like lending me this money. And so I felt like we were even for all the times that I had babysat for her.
That's what I'm saying. You had to put a price tag on it.
Right.
Hold on, ma'am. I have to understand what you're saying.
Defendant Jasmine Wheaton is being sued by her ex-boyfriend's mother, who claims Jasmine cheated on her son with several of his friends.
She's suing you for $600.
Yes.
You say you don't owe the $600 because the $600 is offset by your babysitting services.
Yes, sir.
Which you did for 2 years.
Yes, sir.
That's what I was trying to understand. You only charged $600 for 2 years?
Okay, so 2 years, but it wasn't like I was watching her the whole time. It would be like weekends off and on.
That's my point.
Okay.
2 years worth of weekends.
Yes, sir.
Only cost $600?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like I said, that's quite a discount. Ma'am, did you agree to offset this $600 for 2 years worth of babysitting on the weekends? That's 208 days. Did you agree to offset $600 for 208 days worth of babysitting?
No, absolutely not.
You didn't take advantage of that bargain?
No, it would have been a bargain. She lived in my home, and would sometime after high school, her family had kicked her out, and I allowed her to live in my home.
Did she pay you?
No, she lived there for free, and she would watch my granddaughter for me once in a while.
Okay.
But
you think that should have anything to do with it? The fact that you lived with her for free?
But living with her for free was something that she had offered to me, which is why like I said, I believe that we are even.
All right. That's her only defense, and you say you didn't tell her that.
No, I did not agree to that at all, and she did not babysit every weekend.
You say she didn't tell you either. That's just your feeling.
Right.
You feel that you could stay with her for years and not pay her a dime.
It was like a month that I stayed with
she
her.
only lived with you for a month?
No, it was after high school. It was
how long?
From high school till they went to college, so it would have been about
July and the first weekend of August.
Is that correct?
No, it was longer than that.
How long?
It was more like 8 months.
Okay. $600 is your judgment. She doesn't deny that that's the balance on the loan. She just says it should be offset by her babysitting services and that she gave you quite a bargain. But nonetheless, you never agreed to that bargain.
No.
And if she never agreed to that bargain, then you didn't have an agreement. So $600 is your judgment. Have a good day.
You know that's not true. I did have my moments and hard times, but that's not true.
Yes. You don't know anything about that. Just because you believe what Ivan tells you is...
Well, you
can believe what you want.
But you admitted to me about a couple of them. That's why I know.
All right.